Well, welcome back everybody to Land and Sea Adventures. On this trip, we are heading to Arizona, more specifically the KOFA Wildlife Refuge. So I'll be in the west of Phoenix, coming in through the south of KOFA, through Yuma. So just to catch you up on where we are and what's going on. So here I am on I-30 heading west, about coming into Fort Worth right now. And we will bring you back when I have something interesting for you guys to look at other than this. See ya. All right, so much trial and tribulation was required. Sorry, it's dark. I just have minimal light out here. It's an orange one at that. Anyways, I'm parked. I'm gonna have to show you in the morning because it's just too dark right now. It's a great place. I got mountains around me, but much to my surprise and not disappointment, just surprise, I guess, I pulled up to this campsite and there is nothing level here. And I don't mean off by a little, it's off by like 5, 6, 7 degrees. The only thing level, this is a tent site. So the parking slanted, I'll show you in the morning. Everything's slanted. So what I've done is after going through this whole place, not that it's that big, and probably disturbing a few people, there's like 4 other campers in this whole place. And not that it's that big, it probably holds 20. I couldn't find any flat spot. The only 2 flat spots were where the 2 people were. One was a trailer and someone else sleeping in their car. So just ended up parking here. Again, I'll show you better in the morning. I just had to put 1 rock under the front wheel, but I'm halfway out on the road. So I'm assuming Ranger Rick will be by here in the morning to tell me I can't park here like that. I know, but I can't sleep like that. So what do you want me to do? So I'll hopefully be gone before they show up, or at least out of my tent. But I don't know. I don't think they open till 8, so I'll be up before 8 because I want to get rolling out of here to get to KOFA, or that area. Woo. It is a crispy 29 degrees this morning. Oh, here's Ranger Rick checking on everybody. Anyways, the sun is up, but we got a mountain range here. Beautiful. Obviously couldn't show you last night. There were some interesting sounds, or sound. There was a big boom. I'm about to ask Ranger Rick here what that was all about. So I'm in, or this is the Franklin Mountains State Park. This facility is really nice. The interpretive building, visitor center and gift shop. I mean, it's the nicest place I've been to. I didn't have my camera up there, but there's a courtyard with a fountain and a couple of birds hanging out, even though it's 29 degrees. It's probably 32 by now, but it's a dry cold. It doesn't feel bad. And there's no wind. That wind yesterday was a pain. I don't know if I said it, but I was only getting like, at the worst case, I got 11, I was getting under 12 miles to the gallon. And I normally get about 15, 16. So that sucked. All right, so the plan this morning is to go have breakfast. Well, I've never heard of Buttersmith breakfast and pies. Sure, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever works. Well, these are the breakfast enchilada, and it is delicious. It is so good. Wow. All right, little update while we're on the road here. I'm on I-10 heading west. So once again, I mean, even though I was out of there at 8 o'clock this morning, and last night I looked at all this stuff, it said 7 hours to get there. Now it's 7.5. So I'm gonna be pushing it to be there for sunset, which I doubt it, because by the time that's going straight there, which I can't do. I gotta stop for gas. Probably gonna stop to get something to eat, although breakfast was great. I'd probably like to have a late lunch, early dinner, so I don't have to cook tonight like I did last night, I mean. Now, while driving around the highways, you will pass trucks with all kinds of cool cargo, but I dare you to match one cooler than this. A space capsule. You are not going to see that every day. Now, is that a real one? It doesn't really look like it, but it's still cool. Little bratwurst, mustard, and of course a beer. Top of the morning to you. It is 7, I think 7. What time is it? 7:15. Sunrise is at 7:30. Let's see what it looks like out there. Oh, would you look at that? Just beautimous. Well, a bit of an issue here. I opened my door this morning for whatever reason. I guess somehow I pinched the bladder and now it's got a hole in it. I have tent patches. I don't know if it'll work on this, but this is an issue as far as my water source goes. So I need to head into Yuma. I can either jump on the highway and get there pretty quick. Well, I'm gonna end up on the highway, but I'm gonna, at some point, but I'm gonna head north a little bit and take this track that I saw in a video, and I don't know, I'm here to ride some trails, so that's where I'm gonna go do. It's gonna be similar to this road, but we'll see. You know, all this stuff does interest me, but sometimes when I get to these places and I start reading the plaques, I feel like that Chevy Chase scene, is it Vacation, where he goes to the Grand Canyon, walks up and goes up, yep, okay, walks away. That's what it feels like. Okay, off to KOFA. We'll go down a little more. Yeah. Good enough. All right, we're at the main staging area, the parking area, right as you come in the park. And there is Thumb Butte and Castle Rock. And I don't know what's up with that RV there. It doesn't look like a very good spot, but he's got all his slide outs out. That looks like his camping spot. I guess he's got a good view, but he also gets dust by every truck that comes by. Now this radar dish you see here right to the left, you'll see this cable. This cable will go up to what's called an aerostat blimp, which is the it's a tethered aerostat radar system owned by the U.S. Customs. And that's for surveillance of the southern U.S. border. You'll also see one of these outside of Marfa on your way to the Prada art installation. That is what we're looking for. High clearance road, no off-road driving, no RVs, trailers not recommended. All right, so this is McPherson Pass. 9 miles to the pass, whatever that means. And it's 4:30. I'm looking for a campsite. So I did it. I finally made it to camp before dark. Oh, it's gonna be a beautiful sunset. I see some clouds kind of starting. I don't know. Look at that haze out there. I don't know if you can see it. The camera might be making anything below the horizon black. Probably maybe if I point it out this way. I don't know. I'll have to get the big camera. Not a bad spot. So I'm just sitting here having a beer, waiting for the sun to go down. It's perfect temperature. I mean, I'm in a t-shirt. I mean, I can tell already that the second that sun goes down, I'm gonna need the old sweatshirt. I'm gonna sit here and have my brew and some trail mix. I got my steak and I got some rice with some veggies that I'm gonna start making or preparing and making right when the sun falls behind the horizon. Not too bad, eh? That's okay. Too late now. Thought I heard a vehicle. All right, so it wasn't really that cold last night. I did get a little chilly. And then this morning, when I really wanted the heat, this thing came detached. If you guys have a diesel heater and you have this little converter, any kind of plastic near the exhaust of this thing warps, and it came off. So I can see why it came off. It's barely in there, but it's got to come off anyway, so I'm not going to bother with it this morning. All right, finally I'm on my way at 10:45, which is okay. That's what I'm here for, just take my time. I'm still trying to figure out with these new drawer systems, which I mean, you guys have seen it inadvertently, but I didn't really show you. I'm pretty excited about them. I still haven't figured out, I can't remember what's in what drawer, you know, so you're, you know, blah, blah, blah. And where everything goes and how to pack the back. I'm kind of having to rethink all of that. So anyway, so I showed you what I wanted to do, and we are off to the races and hitting the trail. Here we go. All right, so I am at the Antares, if I'm saying that right, cabin. And I've seen video of it. I'm not that terribly interested in it. And maybe you could walk up to that mine shaft. That might be kind of cool. But most of them you can't get into. So we got that. Got this natural arch, the mine entrance. Some of these water tanks that were up there. But to me, what's really interesting about any of this is how they got all this stuff back here and all the work they did for this mining operation. I mean, that's crazy. Anyway, so I think I'm going to go back here and explore this road and see where this goes, instead of going to a cabin I've already seen video of. And yes, it's different to experience it yourself, but just not that interested in it. All right, bring you back. All right, so I came down this road. It's pretty much what I expected. I can see this foot trail at the end, so this is obviously, so you can go up in these hills here. Yeah, try to get it. So you can hike up, I guess, up and around these hills. So we are going to continue and go Rob Roy Mine. Might have to go check that out. All right, let's get going. It's the whole hillside of teddy bear cactus, I think they refer these to as. Interesting. There they are, having a party. So we're headed up there to that mine. I don't know if you can see it on this camera. Well, there's several buildings around here. I don't know which ones we're headed to be honest with you. It's killing me. I don't have a drone. Or I can't drive a drone, fly a drone. I can show you much better pictures of all this. Well, I thought we were going to a mine. I guess we're not. That right there, in case you're interested, is KOFA Butte. All right, so we are going to continue down. I don't know how far we're going to get, but we're just going to continue this little purple path that you see here. Looks like a pair of breasts right there. There's a campsite here. There's probably several along here. It is almost 2 o'clock. I want to stop and have lunch somewhere. I don't know how far all this is. I could figure it out here in a second. There's that same rock right there that was just peeping up over the horizon that I shot just a few minutes ago. Here's where we are now, obviously this, and I'm going to get to this camp. I don't think I'm going to stay there, but I think I'm going to have lunch there. And then, I mean, it's taken us, well, we've gone pretty far. I might be able to make it up here. And I don't know what that campsite is anything, but we'll see. Well, we are in the wash. I better go to four-wheel drive here. I'm gonna get myself stuck. Here we go. Truck's having a little bit of a struggle getting through this. Oh shit, which way do I go? Wow. How do you get washboard roads in this loose of sand? I guess there's a base. Wow. All right, let's have some lunch. Well, I was going to go to the Hoodoo cabin, but I found this spot about, I don't know, a mile or two before I got there. So this is home for the night. I couldn't remember, I've seen several of the cabins out here on the video, but I couldn't remember what the Hoodoo cabin looked like or if you could camp there. I think you can. But I don't want to take a chance of camping somewhere and people coming to see the Hoodoo cabin and all that crap. So I saw this about a mile short, so I'm in. I'm about an hour before sunset, which is perfect for me. And the road is about 150 yards that way. It's a nice big site, flat. You know, I didn't bring my chainsaw, but if I would have, look at that tree right there. That would have been perfect. Had a decent night's sleep. I didn't think I was going to need the heater, but I like it warm. So I ran on low pretty much most of the night. I got up this morning, it was 48, despite what the weather station says, or the weather app says, I should say, because it only does Yuma. Yuma's 200 feet, I'm at 1,800 feet, 1,700 feet. So it's severely off. Anyways, beautiful morning. I'm doing a time lapse, doing a little cleanup. Got to hang out a bit. Maybe cook some breakfast. I haven't decided yet, but probably. And really just enjoying this spot. All right, so here is breakfast. Here is my view. It's all gone pretty smooth so far this morning. I think I'm kind of getting it down as far as what my system, my methodology is. But I'm going to finish breakfast and then we're going to head out. I have scanned and scanned these mountains. Now, granted, I'm not a tracker or hunter unless like something is moving, but if it's laying down and I'm sure they blend right in with their environment, I am not gonna see a damn thing. I always said I was gonna be like an amateur or just get more interested in geology, so when I look at these mountains and stuff I can get an idea. I mean, this is clearly all volcanic around here. There's tons of volcanic rock. That first campsite I was at had big boulders of porous rock. So there's no volcano around here that I know of. So is all of this just kind of bubbled up and spilt out all over this place? I don't know. See, that's the kind of stuff I ponder. So someone could probably tell me. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Okay, so here we go. Day 3 off on the trail. So here's the track I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the long way. We're gonna go to the gas station in New Hope. There's 2 of them there. I'm gonna get some water and some gas. Got a half tank, don't really need it, but why not? So taking this long track, gonna go by these 2 cabins, check out some other campsites just to record, put my records, and okay, here's the Hoodoo cabin. Oh, it's got some curb appeal. I'll take it. Hoodoo cabin. I'm not going to read this to you. You can hit pause and read it for yourself. So they had kit homes back in the day, huh? 1940. Anybody home? Huh? Stove, 2 beds, a few little bits and bobs in case you need it. So far reading this, I have come the furthest. Most of these people are California, Idaho, I don't know how far that is, Arizona, Washington. It's a nice little trip. Yeah, a lot of Calis. Running from the fires probably. Just kidding. Too early? All right, you don't need a grand tour, but I'm just gonna give you this and we'll be on our way. All right, this stretch of trail here has been very challenging. I was going to get out a couple times and get it, but you get yourself in these precarious situations, and I don't know. It has to do with a little bit of laziness too, I'm sure. But this is a pretty challenging trail. Challenging to who? It's not, I mean, it's very slow going, and I'm having to put it in 4 low a lot, like I'm in 4 low right now going down this hill, and the camera just doesn't do it justice, and this is pretty modest compared to what I've been going through. Let's see what you think of this. Now, it's pretty bumpy. This is medium compared to some of the other stuff I've had to climb. This is the first descent I've done, so evidently maybe I'm coming out of it and back to some normal KOFA trail stuff. Now, do you see this? This is nothing I have seen here in KOFA. Now, obviously at one time that was flat and it's been uplifted. That's cool to me. But I have not seen any of that anywhere. Here's some slight remnants of it right here, right there. I don't know if you can see that in this or not. Anyways, I just think that's cool. I have pulled over to the side. I got about 3 miles to go to the main road, and then probably another 3-5 miles to the gas station. And that road was way more complex. I'd probably rated a 6 out of 10 for sure. I don't know what it's rated on X. I didn't even pay it. It looked like it was green. It is not green. It might have been blue. I don't know. Anyways, just gonna sit here and do my little turkey sandwich. thing, take a break, give my ass a rest, and that's about it. And then we'll be back on the road. All right, back on the trail. I'm hoping these last 3 miles are gonna be easy and not as bumpy and challenging. The driving in the washes on this trail is horrible. So heads up if you're on this, come to KOFA and you go this trail. It's a fun trail. It's challenging, but man, those washes, hold on. So here we are. I think I'm going to do all of this stuff today. I've really not learning very quickly on how long it takes to do these trails, but it's, you know, without ever having been down them, just looking at a map, you can't tell if can I average 5 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour down this, or 10 mile or whatever it is. You have no idea. And that's one thing the reviews never say. They never, say, an average speed. That'd be kind of nice. Maybe some do. If you know of any, let me know. I don't think Trails Off-Road does that. But anyways, that would be a handy piece of information to have while you're doing your planning. Because if I would have known that this trail was going to take me, I don't know, 3 hours, I probably wouldn't have done it. I probably would have taken the other way, been to the gas station, and then headed over to where I want to camp tonight, which is outside of KOFA on BLM, just on the east. Because I'm hoping to camp at this natural arch, at the base of this natural arch, and I can fly my drone there. I'm looking forward to that. All right, so I made it to the gas station, got some gas, got some diesel, got some water. My 15 amp fuse is blown. I hope that's the problem. I assume that's the problem. And of course, the Toyota takes those little macro or micro fuses, which no one carries, or not your gas stations. They have your standard fuses, the little prong fuses. There was a couple other places I could go get checked, but I wanted to be at camp now. So as you can tell, I'm delayed yet again getting to camp because of complications. I guess that's part of the deal, but I'm getting a little frustrated with it. So I'm just going to head to camp. So far, I have gone 12 miles, and I've done that in about 20 minutes. So the roads, at least halfway to the camp, have been hauling ass. So I might make it before sunset, which would be great. All right, we're getting close. We're on the home stretch here. This road's not bad, but there are a lot of dips, and it is horribly washed out. Not in a bad way, kind of in a smooth way, but they're just everywhere. So you're constantly having to slow down, dip, 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 dip. But anyways, we've made excellent time. I mean, not anywhere near the amount of time I thought it was going to take. So looks like we're going to get there about 40 minutes before sunrise, maybe 45, which would be great. Of course, I'm going to be behind these mountains, so it's going to be sunset for me before real sunset. But so my next thing is, I hope the spot's not taken. There's places along here. I mean, there's big open areas to camp. God, I didn't think about it. I don't think that gas station had wood anyway. That would have been nice to have some wood, make a fire tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I say this every night. Well, it looks like I'm lucking out. It's 5:20. Sun doesn't set for 50 minutes, and there's no one at my spot. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, I'm gonna set up. Tonight is spaghetti night. I was gonna do burgers again, but I think I'm gonna do spaghetti just to mix it up. Beautiful sky. Time lapse, for sure. All right, I got most of camp set up. Just gonna sit here. Thing I'm happiest about, to be honest, is that I have a full jug of water, and I'm gonna go get some more tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about conserving water tonight. A whole 6 gallons. So, I mean, just look at this. I know I just showed it to you, but it's beautiful. There's the first night, we've seen some clouds. I'm gonna put the drone up here and get my establishing shot. Even though I'm teasing you with all this other stuff, kind of, sort of. So let's have a cheers first. Cheers. If you happen to have a beer or cocktail while you're watching this. All right, let's put the drone up.